Hi everyone, here is a quick tutorial on how to use V2Blend. For anyone who doesn't know, V2Blend is a free plugin that just helps you to send vector files from Illustrator straight to Blender. I'm going to dive right in. When you download V2Blend, you're going to have two files that you need to install. So in those two files, you're going to have the plugin for Illustrator, which you have to install, and you have the plugin for Blender as well. For the one you have to install on Illustrator, you need a ZXP installer, and a ZXP installer is simply a simple installer that's been made by Ascript. So Ascript has this installer, and it's also free to download, so you can download the installer as well from there. So once you have the ZXP installer, all you need to do is drag and drop this on this installer right here, and then you click install. I already have it installed, so I'm not gonna do so. So once that is installed, you're gonna go to your Blender as well to install Blender plugin. So it's gonna be this one, that's the V2Blend. If you drag and drop this zip on Blender, it's gonna ask you if you want to install it, and you just simply click on OK and it's installed. So if you go to this area here, this is where you're gonna have your V2Blend for your Blender, and for your Illustrator is gonna be in the extension folder. You are going to click on it as well so that you can have it opened. When you open the extension, the V2Blend extension, you're going to have just two options, which is the send and the refresh. To basically send this vector is simple. All you have to do is just hit send and it's done. If I go to this, and let me delete this box, and I scroll in, you see that my V2Blend is right there. So what makes this very useful as well is the fact that you can easily like change your extrude during import, so that like you make sure that the extrude is basically perfect to whatever you want to do. I'm looking at this now and I think it's too flat, and I need it to be big as well so that I don't have to zoom in. So what I'll just do is hit refresh so that it updates it, and then if I go into my Blender, you can see it has added it in there. Nice and good. Another good thing about V2Blend is the fact that it comes with materials as well. Whatever the material of your Illustrator file is going to take that color as well. So I'm just going to put different colors in here. So we have different colors here. So, and you also want to update this. So you don't want to like add to delete this and then restart. You just want to update it directly. All you have to do refresh. It's right there. So everything is in there. And one nice thing to mention, it was just a nice one that I thought maybe it could be useful to every Blender person as well, is the structure of the file. So I've made this in such a way that the structure comes like the way it is on Illustrator. So if you see here, you have your V2, this is where like all your V2Blend imported files are going to be. You have it, and then you have your first layer, and that first layer is here as well. You have your grouped number 2, that's this one right here. You see if I switch it off, that's it. So you have your grouped, and that's it here as well. And one thing that I also need to mention is importing it to Blender sometimes doesn't really work. Like just importing the SVG to Blender doesn't really work. And if I was to give you an example, would be this particular file here. If I was to export this to Blender, how I would do it is convert it to SVGs. So I'm just going to drag and drop that SVG onto Blender so you can see how it looks like. And it's going to ask me import as SVG. So if I import it, you can see it didn't because it is, you know, it is way complex than just what we had before, like V2Blend. It's probably V2Blend, but it will import like the colors just like you have on V2Blend. So basically, let's just go right in. But before I do that, I would just like to clean up my workspace by saying clear imported, and I would send it again. It's gonna take a while because it's complex. And just like that, we have your, beautiful Christmas tree in Blender, straight from Illustrator. So you see, that's how V2Blend basically works. It's very simple. All you have to do is hit send, and you have it on your Blender workspace. Yeah, so if this is very helpful to you, please send me a feedback, or if it was any bug or whatever of this, please let me know. Thank you.